Hey, Hartford Whalers baseball fans. We've got another Out of the Park 22 episode here. If you've missed the previous episodes in this series, this is episode 3. But basically what you missed was the Hartford Whalers expansion draft in the winter of 2021. We left off in early December. We're now up at opening day, but I want to recap what's happened, get you up to speed. So all these things were in the last video, all these trades. I do want to point out I have a confession to make, and some of you may have pointed this out in the earlier videos, but they haven't released yet, so I won't see that until after I'm recording this. But I forgot to bump up the trade difficulty. Now, I don't think, well, I guess the Morejón trade was a little nuts. Yeah, after I recorded, I was like, oh, that's why I was getting some of these trades that I wasn't expecting. But the trade difficulty's bumped up now. I haven't made any more trades. But then the Rule 5 draft, I drafted Camilo Duvall, who I think will be an important piece in my bullpen. Lejay Newsome, we'll see how he does with this lack of movement and extreme fly ball. That could get ugly with the home runs, but we'll see. And catcher Ronaldo Hernandez, who I don't think made my team. I don't know. We'll get to all that. And then, so then we went to January. January is a significant month. We signed Jose Landaverde. He entered baseball as a free agent out of Cuba at 25 years old. And he's now the number 1 prospect in baseball. I have no idea why, but for some reason, he hit the market like in November, and for some reason the market didn't develop for him. Maybe I don't know, this isn't any reason just because he's a jerk. Now, he did do absolutely nothing in spring training, but, I can get over that. OSA is even higher on him than my scout, so yeah, but I signed him to a 1-year, $4 million deal. No idea why he was willing to accept that. By then, I was about out of money. And here's what I did. I started looking at my budget, where it's like, look at your scouting budget, your draft budget, your development budget. And I noticed for the first time that I had a meddling owner who was controlling those budgets, which is fine. I'll play along with that for this sim. But he was devoting $40 million to the draft budget, of which my projected slots for like 6 million. So, it's crazy. First of all, that can't even happen in real life. You can't go over your slot. And Out of the Park, you can. So I changed it to my recommended slot, the 6 million. And all of a sudden, I had about $30 million to play with, I think. So we did some things. Didn't do anything too crazy. Just because by that point, it was middle of January. A lot of the big guys had signed by the time I realized this. But I signed on February 11th, I signed Eduardo Escobar to a 2-year contract worth $32.54 million. He's coming off a good year, 3.5 WAR, 115 WRC plus. He's a little older, but he'll be a DH, and I think, I think he's a good bat for the middle of our lineup for an expansion team. And then for some reason, when you play Out of the Park, sometimes you just get these guys who it's into the preseason, getting close to spring training, and you have these guys who have just fallen through the cracks and the market didn't develop. Noah Syndergaard was that guy. So I signed him to a 1-year, $10.83 million deal. He only pitched 85 innings last year for the Mets and was very good. a 145 ERA plus, 89 FIP minus. So he was much better than league average. So we've got him here for 1 year, and he's already feeling better about himself in terms of his market of what he thinks is going to develop. So we'll see about that. So yeah, Syndergaard's here. Not much else has changed, so let me show you the preseason predictions. We're predicted to win 74 games, which is actually not the worst in the American League. The 676 is the worst offense by a long shot, but the 4.51 ERA is fine. It seems pretty decent. Our expansion friends in the NL East, the Quebec Nordiques, are expected to win 65 games, so we're predicted to win 9 more games than them. Did our hitter dude make it into the top hitters? No. Noah Syndergaard is in the top pitchers though, so that's pretty cool. Wow, Nolan Jones predicted for a big season. Okay, same with Jamie Barria. All right, fair enough. So let's look at what the team looks like. We've got Hernandez did make the team. Okay, fair enough. Ali Sanchez is our starting catcher, who we took in the expansion draft. Evan White, first baseman. Luis Guillorme at second. Cole Tucker at third. Kevin Newman is the shortstop, which I don't love, only the 60 range, but it was just what needed to happen in terms of who had option years and who didn't. Landaverde is in left field. Carlos is in center field. Brett Phillips in right. Yeah, wouldn't mind upgrading the bat here, but his glove's really good. I forget what I thought was going to happen. I feel like I thought they were going to do something different than what they did. Somebody here plays like maybe I thought Farmer. Yeah, I don't know. I thought somebody else is going to play right field, but Blankenhorn is there. He'll probably get some at-bats. And then Escobar at DH. Pitching-wise, rotation goes Syndergaard, Paddock, Javier, Paredes, Ramirez, and then Morejon is the closer, followed by Cabrera and White. Aaron Sanchez and Duvall in middle relief. Long relievers are Jungmann and Newsome. Specialist is Jose Alvarado. I sure wish he'd use him more than that. Down at the AAA level, we don't have a ton of guys signed yet, but Jack Little, Mason Fox, Nick Robertson, all these are guys who can come up at some point and hopefully make a difference. Taylor Hearn had an option, so he got sent down. Lineup-wise, yeah, not a lot of guys down here. Well, I guess there are a bunch of guys down here. Yeah, Brian O'Grady is on the 40-man. Matt Thaiss, he's on the 40-man. So Camargo didn't make the team. So Maxwell's down there because he had an option year. Not sure who this guy is. Who's he? Well, I drafted him in the expansion draft. Okay, fair enough. And then, I haven't had a draft yet. And I have the minor leaguers set up. How's my attendance per game dropping? What? Dropping based off of what? What are these numbers? Okay. So I have my minor league set up so my minor league managers will sign free agents, and I don't think they do that until closer to the season when you set it up that way. But because I have the first and the 100th best prospects, I have the 12th best farm system. Michael Bush, who I got from the Dodgers. What trade was that? For Albert Almora Jr., who they really wanted. I guess I should, since I am an expansion team and I'm not that great, check the waiver wire. Oh, wow, that's it for the hitters, huh? Well, you got Jake Cave out there. Is he better than Brett Phillips? I don't know. I feel like he's definitely not worse. Wasn't that guy an expansion draft too? Yeah. So the Nordique's putting a bunch of guys on waivers. Basically just looking for guys who can play right field and are good. I'm assuming all these guys are out of option years. Yeah. I put Daza on waivers. How about any pitchers? Yeah, a bunch of pitchers. Domingo Herman is out there. I feel like this is a guy worth claiming. Yeah, I'm going to have to put a claim in on Domingo Herman. Archie Bradley, Keona Kella is a pretty decent reliever who I could probably trade, I'm thinking. Yeah, so I'm going to put a waiver claim on Herman, and he's probably going to be in my rotation immediately once I get him. Cool. All right, so that's the team. So we play the White Sox on opening day in Chicago. Let's just go ahead and see how this game goes. All right, we won 3-1. Brett Phillips, leadoff homer. Oh, I was going to say leadoff hitter, but with a leadoff homer. So our first at bat was a home run by the light hitting right fielder Brett Phillips, who, God, he's hitting leadoff. Killing me with that. Killing me. Oh, that's atrocious. I mean, I know he hit a home run, but come on. Syndergaard went 8 strong. Morejon got the save. Good deal. Good deal. I just realized that I never went and changed all my coaches, which I should have done. I mean, I got Bruce Bochy, my trainer, and my scout. I did all that, but I didn't get like a pitching coach, so I should probably do that. All right, so I'm going to jump ahead here, but that's where the team stands. We're 1-0. Brett Phillips is on pace to be MVP. Let's do this. All right, back after just one more day because I forgot that I'd put some free agent offers out there to guys kind of like Syndergaard who had fallen through the crack all the way through opening day, and some of them signed. First off, we got Buster Posey. Coming off a year where he was not very good with the bat, and he did just put up 1.8 WAR, but still got that captain, still got that 75 catcher ability. He signed on a 1 year, $1.75 million deal. And remember, I wasn't happy about the Brett Phillips situation batting leadoff. So sometimes you just got to take a manager's favorite toys away from him if he's not using them properly. So Brett Phillips is on waivers now because I signed 2 right field guys who can play right field. This guy, Zoilo Almonte, last year, he's coming up from the KBO, but looks like a pretty decent hitter. He's hitting 6. And then we also signed Marwin Gonzalez, who will be like a super utility guy for us. He's coming off a pretty bad year in Boston, but it was a $950,000 deal. Like, I'm fine with that. Domingo Germán did get added via waivers, and he's going to come in and be our number 2 starter. So, yeah, there's that. Syndergaard, Germán, Paddock, Javier Ramirez, and somebody went to the bullpen. Paredes went to the bullpen. All right, so now we'll jump ahead. Just wanted to give you those major updates. And I got a better hitting and pitching coach too, obviously. All right, folks, it's June 1st, and we're good. We're 29-22. We're game back at the Yanks. We're tied for the wild card, for the top wild card spot. Game up on the Royals. Nobody here in the league leaders, I don't think. No, nobody there. Expanded standings wise, our run differential is plus 35. We're 19-8 at home and 10-14 on the road for some reason. We're very good against lefties in 14 games. Let's take a closer look at how the team's doing. Runs scored, we're tied for 10th. Runs allowed, we're 3rd. So our pitching's been very good. You can see we're top 4 in most every ERA, runs allowed. Defense also excellent. So, we're 3rd in batting average and 5th in on base. We're just 14th in home runs. We're 13th in base on balls. 11th in OPS, 13th in slugging. So we don't really have a bopper in this lineup, or not enough boppers. So here's what we're looking at. So Almonte is leading the team in WRC plus, the right fielder that we signed. Then we got Beatty's having a good season. Newman, the number 1 prospect in baseball, Landa Verde. He's cooled off significantly. At one point, he was on pace for like 9.8 WAR. Something happened with him in May. Oh yeah, you can see. I mean, his slug in April was 662. His slugging in May was 388. The BABIP went down like 70 points. Strikeout rate went way up. Walk rate went way down. So we'll see what happens with him. Farmer's doing well. Escobar, Guillorme, Tucker has been hurt some. From there, it's not nearly as good, but Ali Sanchez and Buster Posey are fine. Evan White's having a rough season. Carlos out in center field. He's replacement level, even though his bat is absolutely horrendous. So his glove is getting the job done at least. Kevin Newman doing a nice job with the bat, but the glove, the zone rating is negative at shortstop. You never like to see that. Pitching wise, pretty good here in the ERAs. Germán's getting roughed up a little bit, but his FIP is like 2 runs lower. So while his ERA is 15% worse than league average, his FIP is 23% better than league average. So Mason Fox, I called him up because he'd thrown like 10 scoreless innings in AAA. He's now thrown 7 and 2/3 scoreless here. He's striking out a lot of people. Javier, Genesis. I mean, look at these strikeout numbers. Just crazy. Lejay Newsome, Taylor Hearn, Alvarado. We've got a couple guys on the IL still. Miguel Diaz, Aaron Sanchez, and Marwin Gonzalez all on the IL. So we'll see here what happens. I mean, looks like we might be buyers at the deadline, though. What do you guys think? Yeah, I think we're going to be buyers. Let's go ahead a little further. Okay, we're now at July 9th, and there's a 3-way tie for the AL East among the Yankees, the Rays, and the Whalers, which is also a 3-way tie for the wild card. So, yeah, we just finished a series with the Yankees in which we lost 2 of 3. We did win the last one, though. Landa Verde is tied for the league lead in home runs. Look at these averages in the AL: 396, 393, 363. I mean, I know it's only July. NL is looking, other than Albies, a little more expected, I suppose. Run differential still looking okay. In terms of WRC plus, Landa Verde's back on track. Evan White has been really hot lately, and now he's hurt. Offense still the problem here. We just don't have like a big bat other than Landa Verde. I mean, Escobar is next in, let's look at slugging. Yes, Escobar's second in slugging, and his OPS is 2% below, better than league average, and he's got 23 home runs. So we're on pace for 23 home runs. So really the question becomes, like, just who can we trade for? And there's not like a bopper on the trade block yet. Like an elite bat, you know. Brantley, Frazier, Merrifield, all good, but I want like a middle-of-the-order guy. Even when you look here, I mean, Renfroe, Crone, Calhoun, okay, but like, I mean, Crone can hit, but like, he's also just kind of like an up-and-down dude. I'm not sure that he's the answer to our problems. I'd like an elite bat, and it's not out there yet. But I think in the next episode, you know, we'll start with the kind of like the trade deadline. I'll sim forward a bit more to like hopefully have more guys become available, because I just don't like the prospect of trading for like Josh Bell or CJ Crone or whoever as like our big bat when we need a big frickin' bat in here. And I don't know where the position like most likely to do is. I mean, not left field, obviously. It's interesting. Sanchez has taken over from Posey, and it's actually been pretty good. They've both been decent, but it's funny that he's now the starting catcher. You know, I could always look for a big bat at second base in place of Guillorme. You know, I don't think it's going to happen in place of Carlos there in center field because of his glove. We've got our right fielder who's on the IL coming back, but we could always look for a big outfield bat. Could always look for a big shortstop. You know, I don't know. We'll see what comes available on the trade block, but that's all for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll talk to you all next time.